Well, Coach, how's the offense bounced back this week? From some struggles on Saturday.
Well, we won't know until Saturday.
Right.
I mean, because practice is great, but it's not got anything to do with the game as far as the results. So we won't know, but we got to get going. We know that. I mean, there's a lot of things we can do better. I think it starts with just quit beating yourself, making the game so hard. I mean, we start last week's game. First thing is somebody kicks the cord out of the headsets. We have no communication down to the bottom, so that didn't help anything probably. But we have an illegal procedure first play. Defensive guys make a move call, which everybody does. Our defense does it every day. We hadn't jumped in 2 years, I don't think, on something like that. And we jumped. And then first third down, we're running freeze play, and we got two receivers running downfield. So we just kept beating ourselves, making it hard. And when you're not playing good, that's the last thing you want to do. You'd like to get some penalties on them, but we just had a lot of penalties. I know we had a lot of penalties as a team as well. I thought we hung in there. That's the good thing is we settled down, I thought, started to play well, got ourselves back in the game, actually had the lead. I thought we should have had a bigger lead. I'd like to see us execute a little bit better there. And then, I don't know, penalties again. We had that one drive, we had a first down, and we had a holding penalty, then we had a hands to the face penalty, then we had a holding penalty. So we just self-destruct right now. So a lot of the concentration's been on keep playing hard, stay juiced up because you want them excited, but let's calm down on the other end a little bit and quit making so many mistakes, just self-imposed mistakes, things that they don't have anything to do with.
Coach, we've heard a lot about Mason's big arm, yet, he's thrown the ball downfield past 20 yards just once. So I guess, what needs to happen just to show that off?
Well, some of it he needs to throw it. Like I say, against Michigan, we had Jalen open for, going to be a 50, 60-yard deal. Now he got hit. We didn't pick the twist up. And then really on the first play of the game, he should have thrown it. He didn't throw it. So, you got to protect better, or you don't have time to let them get out there. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. But it's just been kind of what I call a typewriter. And I said that to our kids the other day, and nobody knew what a typewriter was, so that wasn't a very good example, I guess. But the keys used to just hit. It's okay. We protect well. We make a wrong read, we don't throw it to the right guy, okay? Then we come back, make the right read, the guy drops the ball, okay? Then, maybe we're gonna catch it and throw it to the right guy, then we don't protect. So it's just been different things, and that's what drives you crazy as a coach, because if it's just one thing, you can fix that. Or if it was just one player, you can say, okay, well, it's time for somebody else to play. It's just not been that. So we do want to throw it down the field. He does have a big arm. I don't need to prove that. He does. We just need to get it thrown. Probably, if you get the running game going a little bit more, it would be a little easier to get play action pass. Play action pass is the easiest way to throw the ball down the field. So it's just it's been a bad cycle right now. We have played two good teams, two teams that win a lot of games, two teams that are very good on defense. Michigan looked pretty good. They gave up 7 this week to another team. And, Marshall was a team that 7th in the nation total defense last year, and I think they're every bit as good. They seem to think they are too. It's a team that went to Notre Dame, beat Notre Dame. So you play good teams, you got to play better, and that's really what I think we got to do is just quit beating ourselves, making the game so hard, and we've got to get some guys making some plays. So yeah, hopefully we can get that call. We've had guys running down the field, and we haven't got it thrown, but not enough. I don't think we need to get it called more. Okay.
I remember talking to you on media day about scramble drill and how last year you had so many veteran guys that could bail you out. And did the receivers need to do a better job of that when Mason does get out?
Yeah, we work scramble drill every week, and that's a big part of who we've always been, everywhere I've been, not just here. We haven't made any plays off the scramble in the throwing game. Now, Mason had several scrambles last week. He ran the ball for 100 and some yards, I guess. Some of those were called runs. Some of those were scramble type deals. One of them, he actually should have thrown it, and he didn't throw it. But if you don't throw it and you get fooled, you're taught to then run the play that if you'd have handed it off to the run back, and he did that, and that was the long run that we had right there. So, we got to get somebody free. And that, when defenses play you tight and they play you super aggressive, they are then more accessible to the big play sometimes. That's what happens to you. Guys that just are super aggressive, always up on you, always overplaying everything. Quarterback scrambles, then they get beat, because they're overplaying the routes. And we need to do that. We need to do that. We just haven't been able to do that. Now, some of that he needs to keep his eyes up. He maybe could have made a throw, but if you can run it, you run it.
How much of this, Donnie, you think is confidence based with Mason? It seemed like early in the last game he was pretty confident, and then maybe some plays weren't made around him, and then it kind of carried over.
Yeah, I think it's the chicken and the egg, which comes first. I mean, we've all studied that in class, and coaching theory and everything. Do you have to have success and then you gain the confidence, or do you have to have confidence to go out there and succeed? Somewhere in there though, you got to get in that circle. And right now, I think that there is a lack of confidence in there because they know they're trying hard. We know we're working hard and all that. You're waiting for that. You're waiting for that break. Sometimes you got to get lucky, I guess, in this business. We've all been through that. Where when we look back at some games, you go, we were kind of lucky right here. That shouldn't have worked, and that did, or somebody made a play. And then, boy, once you get something going, it just carries on. And that thing called momentum is real. And right now we've tried not to just beat them down, because if they weren't trying hard, that'd be a different story. But they are trying hard. We just have a lot of guys out there that haven't played a lot of football right now, and but we should be gaining. You know what I'm saying? We're on game 3, so we should have 2 games in the belt, and somebody will get it going. I think it will be contagious, is what we say. So we're looking for that to happen this weekend. It needs to.
The old, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. Is that Alex Flynn right now? Or
he's an amazing young man. I know that. He's a 4.0 student, already graduated. He was the student of the college in exercise science. That's a hard major. Going to go to med school. So hopefully someday he'll do something for me there at med school wise. I'll try to be nice to him. He's now working on an MBA. He's making straight A's in that as well. So he'll own his own practice, someday as well. I wish I could introduce my daughter to him. He's that kid. He really is, that guy. So the other last week's just a great example. He hadn't thrown a football, like really warmed up, since we had the rain delay, so it'd really been a long time. And he goes in, first play, threw the ball down the field, hit the post route. You know what I'm saying? So the play was called. The play's been called before. That wasn't the first time we put that play in. We got the right coverage. That helps. Sometimes we've been getting a lot of different coverages, and throws it, and Cy made a good catch right there too. And he got drilled. I mean, he took one to the chops right there too. So yeah, you think like, wow, that's a great guy coming out of the bullpen right there. And now he knows he's got some things he needs to do better too, because I thought we could have hit some other guys that we missed. But he's a nice thing to have. He is, and he is a team player. And so coach can talk more about how we're playing the quarterbacks, because that's really what the head coach gets paid to do, I guess. But I'm glad we got both of them. Right now, we need both of them. I would like for one of them to separate, just take this thing over and become a great player. But I also wished a lot of other things in life, and you don't always get what you want. You just get what you earn, I guess. So we'll just keep trying to work at it, and hopefully somebody will start playing, consistently good. Because both of them have played good in spells. Both of them have not played good enough, in spells. And really, that's my job, to get them to do that. I know that. I take total responsibility.
Coach, y'all got Owen Murphy back at tackle, and he seemed to play pretty well considering the lack of practice.
Yeah.
You feel like that helps y'all? And then, looking at the offensive line as a whole, new line coach along with some new assistants offensively, do you feel like you're starting to gel more there?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it is getting better. It has been a tougher deal. We'd had such good continuity, and you look around, and winning programs have continuity, as much as they can. In today's business, it is such a move around type world, not just players in the portal, it's always coaches doing that stuff too. But it has been a challenge just to get everybody on the same page. We've talked to the players a lot about all 11 guys got to be on the same page. Coaches got to be on the same page. Coaches got to be on the same page with the players. And we've had some issues. Yeah, we really have. We've had some issues just with different things, getting the signals in, just stuff like that, communication, maybe understanding how we're running a route, you know what I'm saying? Because it's impossible sometimes to cover every scenario. It's 11 on 11, and, their field positions change. So just so many different things happen that, You just sometimes you can't cover it till it actually happens. Sometimes you hope it happens in practice because you think, oh, now if this happens, it's where you have to adjust. But there's something happens in the game that we ain't really talked about that. So Owen, though, back to the original question there, it's been nice to have back. He came back a little quicker than we actually expected, so that's good on his part, and we appreciate that. Gives you depth, okay, which is always a good thing, and I just think that competition for all the positions always makes everybody better.
When you're talking about the quarterbacks, you guys are talking about waiting for some guy to emerge. When you got kind of go along with the running backs, you got three guys basically kind of splitting carries. Is that sort of the same situation, kind of waiting for one of them just to be the guy?
I think, and we'll probably start to narrow this down a little bit more. I think too, because we got to get somebody lathered up a little bit more. We know we got to run the ball to be good this year, and the quarterback. Okay, he ran for 100 and some yards. That's great. But it really was that's reverse of what I'd like. I'd like to see a running back have 118 yards and have 16 carries, and the quarterback maybe have 9. So we'd like to get that changed. Now, sometimes the defense dictates what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get the running backs going. And Raji's got to get going. I think Javius Bond can be that big time explosive guy. We haven't had nearly enough big plays. You know what I'm saying? Last year we were 7th in the country in explosive plays. I don't know what we are now, but it's got to be close to the last. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're not into all the stat part. Minus you analyze what are we doing good, what are we doing bad, so you can get better, okay? But, we got to get that narrowed down a little bit, get the touches to the people that are being productive. And I think that gives you a little more continuity, too. Sometimes you get just too spread out. You know what I'm saying?
How's Bond coming along as far as you trusting him to put?
Absolutely, I totally trust him. Each week we're putting more on him, trying to get him in the game a little bit more. I'd said last week, I guess, to the ESPN guys, I didn't know he was going to tweet it out so that the other team could read it. So that was a rookie mistake by me. I need to learn to lie in those meetings a little bit, because y'all know I'd never lie to y'all. But I'd said we got to get him the ball more. And I don't know, he got it 7 times, I think, maybe again. I meant more than that. Now, you got to move it or they take it away from you. They don't let you keep the ball unless you keep making first downs or something like that. So we got to have some productivity. We did get 70-some plays after getting 59 the week before, but we still got to get more productive plays. And he surely is somebody I think we know he can do it. And I trust him. He totally knows. He's not your average freshman, that's for sure. He's way beyond.
All right,